If you use RingCentral, you're making a bad business decision. Now, I don't typically like being so hyperbolic on my channel, but I am absolutely sick and tired of seeing businesses getting ripped off left and right. And we recently came across one of RingCentral's customers that has been literally throwing tens of thousands of dollars at them unnecessarily with absolutely no recourse. So I felt like it was a good time to show everyone a perfect example of the type of unfair business practices that are provided to customers by RingCentral. Now, I want to be really upfront about my own biases here, right? Our bread and butter at Crosstalk is providing customers with voice over IP solutions for their businesses. RingCentral is one of our competitors. And you might say, well, of course you're going to bash RingCentral because it's going to benefit your business. And yeah, you know what? It might. But also, people who are unaware of why RingCentral is so bad may watch this video and realize that there are much more cost-effective alternatives that actually provide a higher level of service for a much lower price. And why is that a bad thing? I mean, I really hope that anyone watching this video who's also a RingCentral customer realizes that they're getting ripped off. And if that's the case, then yes, absolutely, please take a moment to look at what Crosstalk has to offer. But before you dismiss this video as just a guy who stands to profit from complaining about other VoIP companies, listen to this story that I'm about to tell you, and then try to tell me that you think RingCentral is doing nothing wrong or that they're a good choice for consumers. So we were contacted about a month ago by a medium-sized engineering company who had about 65 employees back in 2020. We're going to call this company Mom and Pop Engineering. When COVID hit, like many businesses, Mom and Pop Engineering had to scramble to figure out how they're going to keep all 65 of those employees productive while they're working from home. So they decided to sign up with RingCentral. They already had a whole bunch of Polycom phones that were connected to an on-premises PBX system, and RingCentral let them sign up for services while still keeping all of their existing phones, right? So fine, okay, so far so good. As part of our discovery process when we're working with new customers, we'll often ask for a copy of their most recent phone bill so that we can get a clear picture of the services they have and what prices they're paying. This, by the way, is a free service that we offer to any business who's looking to switch providers. When we got the RingCentral bill from Mom and Pop Engineering, we realized that they were being charged way more than they should be. Over $2,200 a month for phone services. Keep in mind that they owned their own phones, right? This didn't include any sort of phone rental costs. It was just for services. They had 65 users, 92 total DIDs, and 2 meeting rooms, so like, conference rooms. Just these 2 Zoom room style conference rooms was costing them $363 of the total bill per month. By contrast, an actual Zoom Rooms license is $499 per room per year, or about $66 a month for 2 Zoom rooms. So they're already paying almost $300 per month extra just for those 2 conference rooms. The first thing to realize about this customer's phone bill is that it is really high for 65 people and 92 DIDs. But that's not the worst part of the story. COVID hit Mom and Pop Engineering really hard. Throughout 2020, they had to downsize from 65 employees to just 24 employees. Between those 24 employees, they were only using around 1,000 minutes per month of phone services. But RingCentral would not let them downsize the licenses they were paying for because they were under an annual contract. Now, comparing their minutes and DIDs with our Crosstalk Cloud PBX, 1,000 minutes plus 92 DID phone numbers is just about $100 a month. You can see that yourself with our Crosstalk PBX Cloud Calculator that is available online. So if they went with our solution and then added on 2 actual Zoom rooms, they'd be paying about $300 per month for 24 users, 92 DID phone numbers, 1,000 minutes of calling, and 2 Zoom rooms. The same services they're currently getting from RingCentral for over $2,200 per month. And let's be even more generous to RingCentral here. The $300 a month for Crosstalk's PBX plus the 2 Zoom rooms doesn't include taxes. They're usually about 15-20% of the total bill. So let's remove taxes from RingCentral's bill. they're charging them over $256 a month for standard state, local, USF, and E911 taxes. But they're also charging another $256 per month for compliance and administrative cost recovery fee. And you might be saying, what the heck is that? Because I had the exact same question. So I looked up the fee on RingCentral's website, and here's the explanation. This fee is used to recover some or all of certain costs that RingCentral incurs, including government-imposed fees such as federal regulatory fee, telecommunication relay service, LNP, and blah, 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 including the costs associated with calculation and payment of those fees and taxes, so basically their accounting, compliance with regulatory requirements, including but not limited to accessibility, numbering, privacy, anti-fraud, caller ID, authentication, dialing, etc. Why isn't that just included in the unlimited plan? I don't know. Number 3, obtaining and managing phone numbers, receiving calls from third-party provider networks, and terminating calls on such third-party networks. Again, should be included in the unlimited plan. 4, certain network facilities and services, certain data centers, and the operation, protection, and maintenance of necessary network infrastructure in the data centers. Your data center costs are an extra fee pawned off onto your customers. Like, again, why is that not included in the unlimited services that this customer has 52 lines worth of? And finally, number 5, filing and maintaining patents, trademarks, and other proprietary rights, and some administrative costs associated with providing its services. Why aren't all of these compliance and administrative fees built into that unlimited plan? Mom and Pop Engineering had 52 unlimited licenses, right? I have no idea, but to me, it basically just sounds like a BS fee, right? So if we take out the taxes and the BS fees from RingCentral's bill, that brings them down to just over $1,750 per month for 24 users who are only using about 1,000 minutes of calling. $1,750 a month. By comparison, if they were on a Crosstalk Cloud PBX with 2 Zoom rooms, they'd be paying less than 1/5 that amount. Over time, Mom and Pop Engineering realized that they were getting overcharged by RingCentral, and they decided to make a switch. They contacted Crosstalk. Now, they had missed the annual contract cutoff date a year ago, and they suffered through a year worth of these charges, but now they wanted to start saving money. So our quote to them to keep all their same phones and migrate them over to a Crosstalk Cloud PBX was about $1,350 up front. Basically meaning that we would do all of the heavy lifting, we'd do a full configuration and migration over to their PBX, we'd train their users, and we're gonna include 30 days of support after the fact. What this means is that the ROI for Mom and Pop Engineering to switch to Crosstalk was about 2 months, okay? Meaning that by switching to our phone system, they're gonna start saving over $2,000 per month starting in month 3. $2,000 a month. But this story gets even worse, all right? After they signed up for service with Crosstalk and they went to cancel their RingCentral service, RingCentral informed them that no, they're not in an annual contract. They're locked into a 3-year contract. So now Mom and Pop Engineering has to suffer through more than $27,000 of RingCentral services before they're allowed out of the contract for 1,000 minutes a month. As for our PBX systems, we don't do contracts, right? Everything we do is month to month, and you can cancel at any time. For Mom and Pop Engineering Company, we told them, like, look, we will delay the start of your hosted PBX services for a year with no penalty, all right? There's no need to make them pay us for services that they're not using. So this story is one of many similar stories that I've heard about with RingCentral. What they do to customers is unconscionable, and it's one of the main reasons that I structured my PBX business the way that I did. You should own your own phones. You should own your own phone numbers, and you should only be paying for the minutes that you're actually using, right? Not some BS unlimited plan that lets companies like RingCentral get away with ripping off their customers. So am I biased here? Yes, absolutely. Because I wouldn't want to be treated this way by any company, and I definitely never treat my customers like garbage the way that RingCentral does. So I hope this sheds some light onto RingCentral's bad business practices, and I would be absolutely overjoyed to take a look at your voice over IP and PBX situation to see if we can help save you money as well. You can visit us on the web at crosstalksolutions.com. And If you'd like to keep this party going, I have hand-selected 2 videos on the right here for you to watch next. The top video is my recent video on passkeys and why they're hopefully going to replace passwords in the future. And the bottom video is my complete tutorial series on how to set up and configure free PBX.